Hi, welcome back to my life with plants. I'm Newman, and today I'm going to water my tillandsias. So I got this hanger from the Dysol store for washing. It's ideal for hanging a whole collection of tillandsias to water them outside. And in this case, they get watered every second day. Quite a collection here. We've got one there that's it's probably already dead because I did leave them out one day by accident. I have a shade cloth that kind of looks like that. I hung it over the top of it, but I did forget. A lot of them weren't hurt. This one got a little bit wrinkled up leaves there. We've got this tillandsia xerographica here, which are pretty huge. Tillandsia usinoides. Now, one thing about tillandsias is that you should water them if you want them to grow. This one's made a nice comeback. It's actually one that grows in a semi-desert on steep cliff walls and in amongst other kinds of xerophytic tillandsias like Dickia or Dickia, which is the thick-leaved tillandsia, terrestrial tillandsia, and some cacti and grasses, and it's quite dry there, but it's done a lot better. We got these very, very silvery ones, and this one is let's see, Tillandsia tectorum. We got one there that's called Tillandsia argentea. This one's called candy corn. It's actually a hybrid. Is it candy corn or popcorn or candy or something? Cotton candy. Cotton candy is a pretty easy one to grow. We've got this one here that's unlabeled. I noticed that they grow very, very well in coconut fiber, more so than sphagnum moss. So I tried both out, and to tell you the truth, the ones growing in the coconut fiber are doing much better. But I did use sphagnum moss as a kind of way to hold it some humidity. These ones are pretty neat. These ones actually grow cascading and dangling down from trees from Cuba. I've seen them grown in Cuba. So it's one they can put up with wet, dry. You can see there. They are known for their relationship with ants. So that word there would be myrmecolia, myrmecolia or something like that. I can't remember exactly the specific word that you use for plants that have a relationship with ants, or vice versa. The ants like to live inside the cavities and thus look after the plant. There are a lot of plants like that, and even some in the cacti. Cacti can do that, have that relationship too. So we're going to get on and water these. Big collection. And we have my pump here. And inside this pump is I have some liquid fertilizer, which is it's not a lot, but it does have all of the nutrients in it. Boron, zinc, magnesium, calcium, you name it, it's in that. Because I've checked it, I just can't remember all the names of the nutrients. It's balanced, so it doesn't have exceedingly high nitrogen in it. It's got phosphorus, potassium, and to give them a boost of extra calcium, I do use dolomite lime. A lot of them do get exposed to dolomite or lime. So if you really want to water your tillandsias and you just don't know how to get them outside to do it, you can just buy one of these hangers here and hang them all off it, bring them out, water them. When they're dry enough, you can bring them back in. I can smell my Pherocactus setaspinus is in flower, and I'm about 6 feet away from it, and I can smell those flowers. Whatever you do, don't let your tillandsias just go bone dry for weeks on end. In the winter time, it's okay to reduce the watering because they come from areas that actually have seasonal dry periods and they can handle it. But what they can't handle is when they're in the summertime and they're being left bone dry. That they wouldn't like at all. I'm going to try to leave some links on the screen here of others who grow tillandsias that you might want to watch. So, this looks like it's taking a lot of time, but usually when I haven't got the camera or anything, it just takes me a few minutes. It's very quick. this one that I got the water on right now is my Funkiana, and it's starting to get an offset now because it flowered not long ago. Beautiful zygomorphic flowers. This one here is a tillandsia that's much greener, so it grows more in the wet biome, or wet conditions. And this one here is Medusae. Sorry, no it isn't. It's got its name there and I don't have my glasses. Bailey. So you can see it's a much thicker, almost terete or conduplicate leaves that are folded over on themselves. This one comes from a seasonally dry area for sure. It's very good at putting up with the dry periods. So what I got to do is I've got to really separate this arrangement and put these greener ones into their own hanger so I can give them a lot more water. But for the most part it won't die, it'll just grow when it can, and when it can't it'll just reserve itself. Do any of you grow tillandsias, or do you have an interest in them? If you're into flowers, cotton candy has beautiful pink. This one here that's called Funkiana has zygomorphic red flowers, and it'll start branching out and become a good clump over time. If you love fragrant, you should get yourself a Tillandsia usinoides, which has kind of a greenish small flowers that come out at the close to the apex of the new growth in abundance. And very fragrant, incredibly fragrant. You wouldn't believe it. Like, these tiny flowers can be more fragrant than any orchid. And I really mean that. This puts out more fragrance with these tiny little flowers than my big, huge jumbo cattleya. If you're looking for something that's just damn magnificent, then you want the Xerographica. We love giant plants. And there are ones that have yellow flowers, if you like yellow. And if you live in Florida, then you have your native tillandsias. And I think that if you live in Florida and you have a nice yard with some trees in it, and maybe you're an orchid collector or a cacti collector or a collector of aroids or something, and you have a lovely trees and you want to just buy these and hang them in it, and you want to start growing some tillandsias, because it's beautiful when they all flower. You want to turn your tree into a garden. Not only that, you want to do a little conservation, and you want to get your native tillandsias and go ahead and start hanging them in there. Why not? Why not be have a little conservation in your own garden? It would look good with landscaping too. know for sure I would do that. You can see right here. Where am I? There you go. See this one here? It's bulbosa, and bulbosa comes from Cuba. You just can put up with that dry seasonal weather. You can see I'm just going over and over, getting everything nice and wet. There's a nice bulbous one there, if you like that. A lot of these have lovely green leaf tips. Sometimes they have brown. That would be lack of water or low humidity or the cold. But generally I keep these inside because here in Japan we get down to -8 in the winter. I even push some orchids down to those cold temperatures and cover them in burlap during the nighttime, and that would be Dendrobium speciosum and Dendrobium kingianum. They are my exceptional two, and nobile. Those are my exotics that I can actually keep out. What else can I say about tillandsias? They like dolomite lime, maybe once a month. I have a squirty bottle and I put about a teaspoon of horticultural lime. So you don't want to put it in your spray gun, it'll block up all of the... It will block up your apparatus or your... It'll get it stuck in all of the small pieces or joins, and you'll have to keep cleaning it out. And I also use Epsom salts every now and then. Maybe every 3 months I'll hit them with some Epsom salts too, because it doesn't hurt to try things. Actual fact, if you try things and you get good results without being silly or these kind of minerals and that are found in nature, so we're just providing what nature does without being too ridiculous and doing weird stuff like adding household products in there. We're just using the natural vitamins, minerals, and all of that. And let's face it, Epsom salts are something that we definitely need in our body. We just take them in a different way. Table salt, For me, I like that Himalayan salt. It's something that we need in our diet, and so do the plants. Alright. They have had their water, and if the sun decides to peek out, I will put a shade cloth. I just hang it on the pegs here and just loop it around. And they are going to have a good drink, and once they have dried off, within the next few hours, I will hang them back in their position indoors. So if you enjoyed watching this, leave me a message. I'll get back to you. If you have any questions about tillandsias, let me know. If you're interested in growing some, but you need to know more, then let me know too. And we'll see you pretty soon with some other videos. And until then, see you later. Bye bye.